Okay, I thought I'd show you guys how I'm going to clean this piston up so that I don't remove too much material. On something like this, I really don't like to put it in the sandblaster because the sandblaster, even with glass beads, will remove some material. So I'm going to fire this thing up. You can see I've got it chucked up in the lathe here. I'm going to fire this thing up, and I'm just going to use a sandpaper, different grades of sandpaper, to get the rust off. And luckily, most of the rust is down here on this bottom end that was not exposed. So that's really not that critical of a spot there. I'm glad to see the majority of it's still in good shape. So here we go. There you have it. I'll just do this part by hand over here. Much better. A little bit of pitting right there, but that's okay. We'll just make sure and put plenty of grease and stuff on that area where it won't rust again in the future. Yeah, all in all, cleaned up pretty good, but just look at the construction of that and imagine, look at your modern rock crushers and stuff like that. They don't have such a heavy piston in them as this thing does. I mean, that's a massive piece of machine steel right there. And you can just see that the quality in this thing. I'm going to clean all that out with some wire brushes and stuff. But yeah, when we come back, we're going to do a lot more of this kind of stuff. I'm going to clean up all the pins and all of the any place where there's moving parts. I want that to be really smooth and buttery. I'm going to make this thing run like a brand new Cadillac. If Cadillac was still considered like a premium quality car. I don't know what to say as far as that goes, but okay, guys, here's what we got done today. I got the everything sandblasted, cleaned up. Got the piston polished up. Got all the other pieces over here on the rag. I've got all those cleaned up and polished up, ready for final assembly. I cannot assemble right now because my paint is still a little bit tacky, so I'm going to give this 24 hours to cure up, and I may even let it set out in the sun tomorrow a little bit before I assemble it. But I'm going to try to come back here in the next day or two and give you guys the final assembly. And we're going to check some of the, we'll check the play and make sure that I didn't get too much run out on the end play there. Just to make sure that, it's still going to be viable and everything. I didn't have to remove very much material. That was the nice thing. I just chucked this up, as you saw, and used some fine sandpaper on it, was able to get all the rust off of there. So I think we're going to be okay, but we're going to assemble everything and just check the tolerances and make sure everything looks good. And if so, we should have a good functional working press. While this paint that I got wasn't exact, it was really close. And I just happened to have it in the cabinet up there. So I thought, you know, worst case scenario, if I find the original color, that's, you know, if I can find an actual RCBS color later on, I can always respray it later on. But until then, at least it's protected and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see the next video that's coming out, hopefully here in the next couple of days. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.